Special edition Silverados from the aftermarket, such as the Badlander or the Black Ops, come with an arsenal of aftermarket automotive customizations pre-installed.
There's one component on each of those trucks which has continually caught my eye, and I finally found it.
And a special thank you to Leather Honey for sponsoring today's video. Now, when it comes to operating your vehicle, heat is absolutely critical to operate efficiently, but any excess heat is a total power suck. That's why there's an entire dedicated aftermarket to providing cool, crisp air into your engine, such as cold air intake systems, or on the 2020 Trail Boss, a ram air hood. But what happens with all that heat generated from the engine when it has nowhere to go? That's where these guys are making an appearance today. But before we can get to any of that, the truck is in some dire need of some TLC because for the past 4 weeks, it has been subject to the most deadly force in the world. Children. Okay, let's be honest. Children destroy their parents' car. It's like part of their duty as being a child.
And no matter how much you care for your vehicle and take care of it, they will continue to do what children do, which is
just be freaking awesome and destroy everything they touch.
Every few months, especially with the 2020 Trail Boss, I spend time detailing and protecting
the exterior and interior to increase that longevity, because this was the first ever new vehicle we purchased, so I want to keep it as new as possible for as long as I can.
Which is why we've made some friends over at Leather Honey. Leather Honey's leather cleaner and conditioner work great in all types of colors of genuine leather, including car, motorcycle seats, furniture, shoes, even boots. My work boots. I appreciate this. But it can also be used on vinyl, plastic, rubber, and what we have here is Leather Honey's Complete Leather Care Kit, which contains everything you need to make sure that your new leather items stay looking new. Unlike other products on the market that just sit on the surface and evaporate quickly, Leather Honey leather conditioner is uniquely formulated to penetrate the leather to hydrate each individual fiber, which means just one application can last as long as 6 months.
Or in my case, with my 2 kids, I'll be back to that back seat next week to clean that disaster all over again.
See all the ways Leather Honey's products can help prolong the life of your leather by clicking the link in the description below. Use code Lonestar LH20 to save 20% on Leather Honey's Complete Leather Care Kit.
And I want to say thank you one more time to Leather Honey for sponsoring today's video. This stuff is good. All right, so now the interior is so dang clean and smooth, it's time to focus in on these fenders.
It's dirty. Now this truck has a few different aftermarket components to aid in efforts of cooling down air as it enters the engine, from the Still and True Power intake duct to the Cold Air Induction's cold air intake system. Man, that is really dirty.
These two systems work on a very simple principle. Air as it's heated, the oxygen molecules heat up and separate. Air that is cooler is more dense, meaning the oxygen molecules are closer together, meaning there's more oxygen to burn to create power.
If we can cool the air going into the motor, technically
it has more potential for higher output. As air is hotter, the opposite happens.
That's why you see a lot of drag racers icing down their intakes after a run.
Now, one question I've always kind of been curious about is what happens with all that hot air that's sitting in that engine bay?
Well, there's a simple part that's going to require us to cut into our beautiful fenders in the efforts to release some of this hot air that's generated from this 8-cylinder motor.
And in theory, cooling down the air around the motor. Not sure if it's going to do anything, but it looks cool.
And in searching the interwebs from Air Design USA are some Sport Fender Vents. These are literally going to take the place of that Z71 badge, opening up a gap for this air, in theory, to release to the exterior of the truck. But these just look freaking cool. However, they do require us to, yeah, we're getting our cutting wheel out again. This is the, there's no going back from this moment. So we got our 2-inch cutting wheel out, ready to go. We have our template drawn in. Essentially, that's what we're gonna cut out. I did make a dumb mistake when I pulled off the stock Z71 badge. Super easy to get that off, add some heat, get a fishing line behind there and kind of run it through the back. But with the adhesive that was stuck to the truck, I tried to take a razor blade and get some of the thick stuff off. I was an idiot, nicked the paint just a little bit, which is why you saw a little bit of paint correction. A few passes and we got those little scratches out. And now, take our cutoff wheel and just take that off. I really do hate doing these things, but I really do like the results. All right, here goes nothing. That was painful. Woo! What do you guys think? Looks pretty good, huh? Dang. Dang, that's cool. That actually looks really, really good. So I've been going back and forth in my head on what exactly we're gonna do with it finish-wise, because I was initially going to paint match that component in the stock OEM color. However, the more I looked at it, it comes in a flat finish. I'm keeping it. I might throw some vinyl overlays to give it a little bit of an accent and color, but the majority of it matches obviously the underside of our mirror, as well as the top of our bed, and then also our Trail Boss emblem, which is the satin finish. After we get it mounted permanently, I wanna eyeball some graphics. I might throw in some ocean accents with a little bit of a gloss, maybe carbon fiber, maybe gloss black. We'll see. We gotta clean this up, protect the areas we cut, and then throw it on for the final time. All right, we'll let that dry. In the meantime, let's start tackling the driver's side. Now we got 2 gaping holes in our otherwise immaculate fenders. That's gonna help alleviate some of that hot air, right? That's the whole goal with this. Actually, well, kind of, but mostly because this thing looks really cool. So with this, we have some adjustability in terms of where we can put it exactly. I actually am gonna line it up with the door frame. So where that fender comes through to the door, I'm making that absolutely flush so it looks a little more OEM than it does, but that's where it's going. Yeah, we're gonna clean this off one more time, set her down, and then pull the tape out from underneath, and then press her down real nice and hard. But that won't be it, because you know we're doing something a little bit different with this. Our own little Lonestar Hawaiian touch. to Hawaiian Texan Arts and Crafts. It's not what I envisioned initially, but it got better as we went and looks good for now. We just actually picked up a Cricut, so there may be a custom design falling within that Sport Fender Vents, but for now, nice and nicely. So I've got a ton of cleaning up to do, so we're gonna knock that out, get this truck outside because we need to go grocery shopping for the week. This is our grocery getter. Maybe we'll hit up Chili's. I want my baby back, baby back. What's up, dude?
Hey, why are you?
All right, well, here it is, guys. Not exactly sure on the final design just yet, but I'm happy with kind of the color tones. The design's not, I don't think it's there just yet. However, it really shows the concaveness of this fender vent as it kind of pulls inward. It's actually really cool as far as the depth goes. Functionality wise, I'm thinking 2 out of 10, maybe a 1.5, because stock these Trail Bosses or Silverados come with this like foam block here to keep the water from running into the engine bay when it's coming down the windshield, which would subsequently also prevent any hot air from escaping through this to get through the fender vent. So maybe the up and underneath so that air will travel in and out, but in all reality, to make this thing fully functional, you would probably need to remove that and also need some kind of air passageway to pass into the engine bay and out that way. So functionality wise, not exactly sure if it's there or not. Mostly it's not there, but the fender vents look really cool. All these little details slowly but surely making this truck unique to me, which is the whole idea with this, even though it's her truck and not mine. However, I get to work on it and drive it sometimes. These pieces were fairly pricey. I'll link it in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. We've added that gloss black on this interior. So long story short, I like it. If you like it, it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Did we make a horrible mistake by cutting a hole in the fenders? Because there's no going back from this. Like, that is there now. There's no just replacing that with a different emblem. Like, we're stuck with that. And on that bombshell, I'm gonna sit back here in this beautiful leather honey treated interior because this leather has never felt nor smelled so good since we bought this truck. Amazing. 24 hours later. It's so soft. Check out Leather Honey. Support the brands that support this channel. If you enjoyed this one, please smash that like button below. Helps me out. Helps this channel continue to grow. Helps these boys go to college one day. Just kidding, but seriously. We will catch you guys in a few days for our next video. Until that day comes, my son will hit me with a rock. Y'all take care. Ahui ho. Aloha. So what do you guys think?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Clean!
Very clean.
It's nice, huh?
I
Smells nice too.